Are we finally working? Hello, Dom. Oh my gosh, it's working. Hello, everyone. One moment. As it turns out, my camera decided to stop working because I needed to run an update. Thank you for everyone for showing up. Yay! It's working. Sorry, I had to deal with an update right before streaming. So we're gonna set up the studio and you get to be a part of that while I get everything going. If the music is too loud, too low, just let me know in the comments and I can adjust accordingly. All right. All right, let's get some mood lighting going first. Ah, Lance, you made it. Hello. Hello, Dom. Hello, D. Hello, Queen Moon. I love this. Thank you all for showing up. Y'all are so punctual. I apologize that my technical difficulties bled into right now. Okay, we got some lights here. Those lights are working. We got focus. We got the water. Hey, the Autism Society here. My people, hello. Tea. So usually I like to prepare ahead of time, have everything set up and ready. But my camera had to run an update and I only found out when I turned everything on and was ready to stream, so. Such is life. The crumbs you see are from a sculpture I was doing earlier. And let's get some paper, some paint, let's set up. If you haven't set up yet, this is your opportunity to join me and get a little area happening where you can color, paint, or even follow along. The links for today are in the video description. There's links to materials if you're interested. And there's also a link to the fundraiser for Food Share Ventura County. Anybody who donates this evening, the highest donation tonight will receive the painting that I create tonight as a thank you. But you can donate anytime. Do not feel obligated. It's whatever you can give. It feeds the communities here in Ventura County. So it's very exciting that they have that. They're very effective. And the need has increased by 25% due to current circumstances. Okay. Did I already have it taped? Yes. I already had everything taped. That tape is very loud. Oh, I'm glad that you like that you get to see how I prep. These were already taped down because I was getting ready. And, oh, the camera's upside down for you guys because of the update. Let me see if I can fix that. One moment while I go through these options. No, still hasn't worked. One moment. Oh. Now I'm upside down. We're having a great time tonight. You know what? This is great. I'll be upside down. Let me drink some tea. Everything's fine. I had the wrong window selected. Okay. But now I know where it is. Flip vertical. And this one should be flip vertical. And hopefully this update will be pretty smooth. It looks like the camera is picking up everything. This is high quality. We love it. Yes. Sorry. I know you guys are going to get a little vertigo right now. Bear with me while I set up everything. You can do it, camera. I believe in you. Are you confused? Do you need something to focus? Uh-huh. All better. No? Yes. Okay. So we have our paper. And next, I have a jar of water that I've brought in with me. And because we're probably going to be making 2 paintings, there's this one and then this one. Because while one is drying, the other one gets worked on. Oh, turn off mirror. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Hey. Thank you very much, Lance. That was very helpful. I love the comments because it feels very cooperative for me. So I appreciate that. Okay. Go back in here. This is my little watercolor setup that I put over here. Got all my colors, my Dr. P.H. Martins. And I usually have candles lit, but we just don't have time for that, so we're not doing that right now. There they are. My Fine Tech pearlescent watercolors. You know I'm a big fan. And got a towel. Painting palette. Pencils, brushes, the greatest hits. I have jars and jars of brushes here that I've been collecting for a very long time. Of course, a hot glue gun stick, because I'm always gluing something. And got my pencils over there. My jars. Very, very important, because I take the water, I make a mess, and I make another mess. Somehow the light got a little duller. How can I get some more light, guys? Let's change the lighting. I've got little lights up here. One moment. Thank you again for your patience. Here we go. Let's do my chill time while working setup. There we go. More light here, and pink and purple in the back. Okay. Yes. Better. More tea. We're set up. We're ready to go. Do I have my pencils? We're almost set up. We're almost ready to go. Pencils. ¿Dónde están? Oh, Hey, hello Paris. Thank you everybody for commenting. So I have all my pencils. And my goodness, I had a whole plan for this evening that I was going to prepare, have something for you all ahead of time. And then camera troubles prevented me. So what we're going to do is we're just going to live paint together. If you're following along with me, that would be amazing. If not, just chill out and hang. If at any point you feel like you are able to, use the link in the description to donate to Food Share Ventura County. At 8:25, I will look at all the donations, and the highest donation of this evening will receive this, whatever this will be, in the mail. I will take requests, and I can also just make what I want, because it's a live stream. Hopefully you're all hearing the music. I'm just feeling out the vibe today. It's been a busy day. It's been a good day. Despite everything else happening, things with us are good. I am feeling green. I am feeling peacock blue. I am feeling Norway blue. Pick whatever color you desire. Let me turn off some background stuff here. Keep the stream going smooth. Betsy! Hello. Welcome. We're picking colors right now. I'm feeling these blues, this green, maybe a little ocean, so that the paint can kind of scooch around. Do we want to add anything? I love seeing you all in the comments. It brings me great joy. All right, I am feeling a sea turtle this evening. It's not going to be very well planned out. It's going to be a vibe drawing, so you get to follow along. You do not have to do a turtle, but I will teach you how to draw a turtle. Oh, Betsy. Okay. Just checking things, making sure everything's okay here. Just because this new update messed with a couple things that I like having set up a certain way. All right. So because we're having a late start, it's past 7:15, and I don't even have the drawing ready. We're gonna go real simple. We're gonna go gestural. We're gonna have the idea of a turtle, a silhouette, if you will. And then we'll paint around it. This is actually a really, really fun way to paint. And I hope you enjoy it. So let's see. I will draw an eye. So some oval for an eye. Let's see if this is coming through. Yes, excellent. I think this update improved the camera. Okay. I have a couple of images up here of a sea turtle. I'm not gonna copy one particular one, but I do know they have a nice wide cheek area here and like a little button nose. A hood over their eye. What I like about turtles is the way their scales. Oh, Lance, yeah, you're gonna make a rooster. Do it, man. We're drawing together. Sorry. Play it cool. Be cool. Never. Alright, little neck. And I think this whole area is going to be just like water, flow, and I'm just going to keep looking a little snake-like. Let's fix that, shorten that neck. And then we'll get a big shell here. And then their fins are really, really cool. Let's see, how should we do this fin? That's huge. Maybe I need an idea of a fin. And I don't want it sharp. I want this to feel friendly, gestural. And I want it swimming up. So, ooh, we could do a little drip painting. I'll show you how to do that. It's gonna be fun. Oh, I'm glad you love the pencil noises. I'm also glad I taped it down because I've been told that when I tape it down during the live stream, it's actually quite loud. So I appreciate that the pencil noises are not aggravating. There we go. That's a better one. It's a smaller tum-tum. Hello, Autism Society. Back legs look like what? I'm just gonna have an idea here. Alright, so we have the basic structure of this turtle. We're probably going to do a silhouette. I'm just penciling in the details because it satisfies me. There's really no other reason. So right now, the focus of this drawing will be the head. So oh, Paris, hello. I wish I could see your face. The focus of this drawing is going to be right here. So I don't mind that things are going to kind of get a little messy here. This doesn't have to stay perfectly white. So for those of you who have been here before, you know what I'm about to do. For those who haven't been here before, these watercolors, there's a link below in the description. They're called Dr. P.H. Martin's. And you can mix them in a palette ahead of time, but they're liquid. So you can put them direct on the paper and they're highly pigmented. And I delight in that. Yes, my natural habitat. So the first thing I like to do, and is really beneficial for the look of a watery landscape, is wetting the paper first with just water. There's no paint on this right now. And I'm going to do the outline of this little turtle. And I'm using actually this is a filbert. I love me a filbert. It's flat and has a rounded tip. We're gonna do the thing that I love in a moment. We'll see how the watercolor feels tonight. I don't have any scientific reason for it, but based on not just weather, but I think mood, the watercolor does different things according to what it wants when you're painting like this. If you plan it out, you know exactly what you want, you can absolutely control the watercolor. But these evenings, yes, these evenings are about the ASMR, the painting. So now I'm taking a larger brush and I'm wetting down the rest of the paper, because that's where all this color is going to go, all around this turtle. Forgot the belly. you can always re-wet. So it's okay if places start to dry a little bit. If we get it too wet, then the water begins to pool. You want, right now, a dampness to the paper. Like it got a little drizzle, not a full rain shower. So I'm just spreading the water around, making sure I get as even of a coating as I can. All right, so we're gonna start with peacock blue because I love me some drama. And we're gonna drop, and that's what I'm here for. This paint is gonna travel where it's wet. Now I'm gonna take the Norway blue, this is very pigmented. Now we're going to take the base green. Oh, so bright and pretty. We're just going to let these fractals decide what kind of friends they want to be tonight. So see how it's starting to pool a little bit? It's because I use so much pigment. Whoops. It's because I use so much pigment. So now what we're going to do is make sure we have enough paper towels and trust that we still have enough wetness on this paper. And we're going to tilt slowly. You don't want to rush it because you see it's going to start going around the fin. Wherever you put the water, that's where it's going to travel. Here too. So you got to watch out. Help it along to a little tilt that way. And it's traveling along the silhouette of the turtle. See the paper started to dry here? I'm going to help that along a little bit. So I start away from the paint, and then I have it meet with the paint. Oh, that's why I'm here. Dee, I'm so glad you like it. It's so soothing for me. I enjoy it. So now it's accidentally went in a little bit to the turtle, but we're all right with that because we need to fill this in a little bit. And this is watercolor. You can do this with all kinds of paints, not just watercolor, but see these fractals that are happening right now? The way it reaches out and tries to soak in. And then another thing that happens when you use the pigment straight like that, you get little granules. I think that's a good thing. You might not like granules. That's okay. You don't have to like everything I do. Paris, I love fractals too. So it's getting into a little dry point there. So what we're gonna do is you start away from where you want the paint to reach out. It's like a hug. You go 90, they go 10. So I have it nice and wetted down, and then I meet it. And the fractals begin again. Got a little extra water here. And let's see if we can get it to drip down again, so we can get that feeling that the turtle is moving up if the paint is coming down. So these white spots will become distracting once everything dries. So I'm gonna mush them together a little bit. And this is just a little bit of control I feel like exerting on the paint. You can add way more control if you want. I just needed a little time to relax. So I'm just letting the paint make some decisions for me. Fill in these edges here. I'm going to keep those fractals. And as your paper warps, the water and the paint is going to collect in little ridges. And it's a really good opportunity to take a bunch of pigment that collects and make it move again, like ocean waves. Where did I put my fan? An electric fan would be faster, but also so much more noisy. We're hanging out right now. I just want to show you some of my favorite spots because as it dries, it's going to get lighter and you're not going to see them as distinctly. But this kind of movement, pigment, saturation, those shapes make me very happy. And I couldn't have made those on purpose. That's the watercolor saying, I got you. I'm going to make it pretty. All right, so now I want a little bit more gentle color, not so pigmented, not so opaque, a little bit more transparency. So I'm gonna dilute the paint on my palette just by adding water. See how much more gentle that color is now? All we had to do was dilute it in a bit of water. Bring some more of that around this fin because I want there to be no white paper around my turtle. My intention was to fill this paper, but I'm enjoying these fractals so much along this edge here that I'm not going to add more. I'm going to say, you know what? Paint, you got it going. So we can leave this to dry right now, and then we'll decide later if we want this turtle to have shadows. Or do I just decide right now? Okay, this is the moment when we have tea. So the rule is, and again, it's a pretend rule, you don't actually have to do it, is whenever I drink tea, this is your chance to just take a deep breath, check in with your body, unclench your jaw. If your tongue is tight and smashed again like against the roof of your mouth, just relax it. Drop your shoulders, maybe lift your head a little. And I'm gonna drink my tea while I focus on what to do next for this turtle or go to the second painting. I think I want to work out the details on this turtle. Original plan was a little silhouette with just a lot of this, but this is turning out so well and so nice that I think a couple of little shading on this turtle might benefit it. So you don't have to do this. It's all one painting right now. But if you wanted a completely different color palette for the turtle, which I'm not going to do, just go ahead and get your second jar of water. I'm going to use the blue. Because I'm going to be using a little bit of brown and green on this turtle, I don't mind if there's a little bit of blue. It might make the piece feel a little bit even more cohesive. There's a brown here that I created the other week, where I took the P.H. Martin's coffee brown and I think it was hyacinth blue, and I mixed them together and I created this purple brown, which I'm presently very in love with. And as always, when doing detail work, I like to test. So right now for that piece, this piece, that's a little bit too purple, so I'm going to add more of the coffee brown. Nothing wrong with that color, it's gorgeous. But I have a feeling I want for the shadows of this turtle. The turtle is going to be mostly white to show that watercolor paper. So we're going to do some brown spots, and I have an idea, no promises it'll work. We're going to see. I'm going to do one, and if it works, great. I'll tell you what I was trying. There we go. Yes. That's more in line of what I would like. Okay. I'm just going to tell you now. I'm going to wet where I think the scale should go. There's already a little bit of pigment on my brush, and that's fine by me. And then what I'm going to do is just hit the edges. Let's see. I'm going to bring you in close. I need more water. Yeah. And I think that's how I'm going to do the turtle scales. And then we'll see how it looks. And if it gets visually a little bit too confusing because there's too much going on, once it's dry, I can always do a wash over it. So let's do that again. More water there. We load up the brush. We'll just let it trap. Fractals. And now I'm going to take my silly sponge and dab away some of the wetness here. because honestly, I'd like it to dry faster. So again, I wet the little area I'd like to turn into the part of the shell. And then I'm not having them touch, just for visual effect. You can have them touch if you like. It's one of the perks of having a very loose watercolor painting. Is if it's not very detailed or exact, the visual effect is more forgiving. And since we're vibe painting right now, that's exactly what I want. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm feeling better already. I'm just going to keep popping more pigment into that corner and let it move from pigmented corner to non-pigmented corner on its own. And it's kind of a neat effect that we're having now. So I'm gonna see if I can put in a little detail, wet on wet, to highlight the edge of that turtle shell. Scale. It's grounded a little bit more in a visual reality that our brain can recognize. Yeah. I think I'm happy with this direction of the scale, so let's keep going. I think turtles are a really good litmus test for the kind of person you are. Let me explain. There's dog people and there's cat people, and I get it. And there's people who like both. There's people who are saying, I don't like cats, and I understand. I don't agree, but I understand. And there's people who are like, I don't like dogs. You know, like drool, hair, noise. I get it. I love dogs. But if somebody says they don't like turtles and they don't have some like legit reptile phobia, if somebody says they don't like turtles, like they don't have to be your favorite animal. Oh, I'm tilting, sorry, I lost track. Because you see how the pigment puddled really nicely? It's my opportunity to make a wave. So as I was saying, if somebody's like, I don't like turtles, I don't trust them, they look shady, I would judge freely. I don't know what it would mean, but I would say, there's something wrong with it. Unless you have a legit phobia of like reptiles or amphibians, like that makes sense to me. But if you're picking on turtles, bear with me if somebody says they're not into dolphins. I understand that too. Because if you've ever been swimming with dolphins, you know they can get a little too playful and a little too aggressive. So I get it. I've met people who have been traumatized by dolphins just having fun. Ooh, pretty waves. D. Barker. Yep, turtles are persistent, brave, courageous. See, she gets it. She gets it. And I was lucky enough to go to Hawaii. And we went to Kauai. And I was not swimming with the turtles. They came up to me. And one tapped me on the bum quite vigorously. And then swam away as a joke, like to its friends, like, haha. But even the turtle was more respectful than humans who have done the same. There's only very few humans that are allowed to do that. I was offended by the turtle, but I also laughed. Okay, cheek scales next. I'm gonna need a smaller brush. And if somebody has a cute story about turtles that they want to share, because that seems to be the vibe of the evening, please leave it in the comments. And then you will continue to inspire the painting. Tea time, unclench your jaw, take a deep breath, drop your shoulders. I'm drinking chamomile, or as some call it, chamomile. And it's delicious. All right, let's see. Let's do a little bit of pigment. And I'm just going to do a bit of pigment on the dry paper so that I can blot out the details that I want for this part of the scales of my turtle. And this is actually a very fun and easy way to paint watercolor, where you don't have your shapes meet each other. And it's really an easy way to control what your watercolor does. There's a term they like to say called tight painting. And that just means that you're able to control your details. And if you follow any watercolor artists who like paint architecture or landscapes or animals, they typically have very tight technique where they can really control the watercolor. And when you do this technique, it's not technically tight, but it gives the feeling of control. So this technically wouldn't be a tight watercolor painting, but some might disagree. I think most people are really intimidated by watercolor because you just sit down and you have to wait for it to dry sometimes. And people are overwhelmed and they don't have that kind of time. But if you're able to sit down with your paints and just let them scooch around for a bit, not only is it therapeutic, but you realize you can paint. I promise you can paint. So while these little squares are still wet, I'm going in and adding more pigment to one of the edges. See how these touched? And they are blending into each other. I actually love it. So I'm gonna touch these two as well. And I think it's gonna create an interesting line of scales. So that was something I did not intend. It was a mistake. And I loved it. As Bob Ross famously says, happy accidents. Oh no! Lansbury says, we had a turtle when I was young, but my brother left the garage door open and it waddled away. I'm so sorry. I would have missed that turtle. I'm sure that turtle wanted to go on an adventure and lived a wonderful life out in the town where you lived at the time. No personal information in the comments. That's it. You know what? That is a melancholy story, and we're gonna imbue this turtle with a melancholy gaze as it looks up to the surface of the water. Thank you for sharing. Oh, and for those of you joining us now, thank you for joining. The purpose of this live stream is twofold. One, to relax, maybe paint along or just listen to me chat and yap and lower your cortisol levels. The other is to get eyes on this video so that more people can click on the link for the Food Share fundraiser that I'm trying to save $1,000 by December, mid-December. The link is in the description. And if you feel like donating tonight, the most generous donation of the evening will receive this painting as a thank you. I'll just mail it to you. So right now I'm just wetting the paper, and I'm at an angle right now so I can see where it's wet. You can see how it shines, the wet spots. That's how you keep track of where you put the water. It's easy to lose track, by the way. So here we go. Start adding that pigment. Oh, okay, Lance just told in the chat, he says that they lived down by a river bottom, so the turtle was able to just go home to the river and be happy. That's actually quite a lovely story. It's like Melancholy, but a redemption story. The hero's welcome. I love it. Big fan. I'm going to put a little bit more pigment in some of these corners. Yeah, there we go. And maybe some polka dots a little bit down here. Pardon me, not polka dots, scales. An impression. It's too much pigment I want. And you can use the shape of the brush too, which is what I'm doing right now. And now I'm lifting some of that water off because I just want the illusion of scales going down. We're not getting into too many details. I'm going to do the same on the back foot here. And maybe I'll bring in a little bit around the shoulder here to connect these two sides now, visually speaking. I'm just literally using the flat of the brush and just pressing down. And then it creates this very particular shape. And it gives the illusion of movement as well, as long as you keep it going the same direction. Oh, Paris, you're so sweet. She says we should make the donation live auction style so we know how high we need to bid. That sounds very focused, and I love it. But because it is donations and not an auction style, it's definitely going to be more like give what you feel you can, not to receive this piece, but to just be able to donate. And then it's just a gift for the person who donates the highest, which you can do in the spirit of what you are offering, which is very kind. Just wait until 8:24 and see what the highest bid is on that link in the video description. Just check it out and then just bid higher than that. If you are able, again, give what you can. And donation is absolutely not necessary because your eyes right now on this live stream is helping get this live stream in front of others right now, because that's what YouTube will do. It says, oh, people are watching. Let's show this live stream to more people. And it gets more eyes on it and more opportunities for people to donate. But I love your idea. Now I'm just adding a couple little dots to fill in because I'm enjoying the texture that's happening right now. And they also have scales along their neck, so these little dots that are happening, I'm going to kind of connect it visually to the neck here. And then we're going to get some big scales on that cheek too. So cute little guy, little turtle. Oh, see, okay, so now this is drying. I love that edge. And I love this fractal here. And it's just damp enough. Let's see if it'll do that thing that I love. See that moisture right there in that line? Let's see if it does this thing. You take clear water, and if it's just moist enough, oh, it's doing it. So what's happening is that hug I was talking about, now the clean water wants to hug the painted water. I love that. Let's see if there's any more damp areas that we can do that too. Because it really is time-based. I think there might be it might be just dry enough. If it's too wet, it doesn't work. You have to wait until it's damp. Let's do one test. Oh, too much water. Yay! It's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you. I'm so glad you appreciate the art, Paris. That means a lot. Especially since all my plans were thrown to the wind due to camera struggles. Alright. Yes, we've got a little bit up there. Ooh, I'll show you another if we have time. What time is it? 7:55. We'll see. Maybe next time. This is a really fun way to make turtle scales, but it's hard to control. But that's why we're here. So I want to continue a few more of those up there. So what I'm going to do is, now in a controlled way, try to replicate that. So I'm going to wet this up here. I'm going to bring in more pigment. And I'm going to wait for that to dry a little bit. And then we'll see if we can replicate that a little bit more across here. Let's do a little bit more up here. Maybe. Let's bring in a little bit of this. Oh, yes. Let's get some more of that. Pulling that edge a little farther. And this is called dry brushing. This is a great way to add movement and dimension. We're going to put a little bit over the turtle as well. Because the water, it be flowing. So you'll see all the different things you can do. It's when you don't have a lot of water on your brush, just enough pigment that you picked up off your paper, and you just drag it where you want that texture. And because we have all this white paper revealed here, we've got these, and because we want the turtle moving forward, hopefully this will work. And get a little bit more pigment from up here. Just gonna pick it up. Test. Doop doop. Working. gives the appearance of movement. It also defines the edge of the turtle's legs without ruining the effect that we have of this kind of pretend space. I'm not going to do too much to the face though, because I still want to do the... Right now it looks like he's crying, but don't worry, he's not crying. I'm just defining elements of the turtle with this dry brush technique. Okay. Just the edge of the brush. Picked up paint. So that's still too wet to do that look that we just did. You have to wait a little longer. And there's some extra pigment here. We can make it drip. Let's be intentional right now. Here we go, a little bit more. Just helping the paint along. So now for the cheeks, the scales on the cheeks. And if anybody has any questions about any of these techniques, or any techniques, please just let me know in the comments. I have them up right over here, and I'll keep an eye on them. So, because it's such a small area, I think I'm going to put a little bit of pigment on my brush so it's easier to see where I've decided to put the scales. We should give them little freckles. We'll give them little freckles too. So yes, these are very small, so they're not having the same effect as the larger scales. So I'm going to go with a small brush and encourage them to behave a little differently. Those would be the happy sounds of my wonderful child, is being watched by my husband. So I can sit and drink tea, paint with you all for an hour and a half. We're gonna give this little guy freckles. I'm leaving the eye for last, which is unusual for me. Mainly because I think I want it to be the darkest spot. And the darkest spot in a painting, if you know it's going to be the darkest, you leave for last. Let's see. I need to refresh this. Yeah, I love that happy voice too. Let's see here. Where do we want the freckles? Now the big question. What color do we want the eye? I think I want a dark blue. It's a little tricky right now because the paint is wet, but I'm impatient and I want to draw the eye now because I want to figure out what kind of expression this turtle has. I didn't smudge the painting. Win for me. So let me add a little bit more detail around that eye line so that we know where his face is. Or her face. And a little nostril maybe. And we'll start with a faint line for the mouth because I haven't decided how much detail to put in right now for the face. I don't want to go too much on detail and too tight on the paint. So now we're going to get into our shimmer palette. We're not going to use a lot of shimmer on this painting. I really like what's happening here. Oh, I already forgot. It's so enamored with the details. Okay, we got our wetness working. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it'll do it. Okay. Yes, it will. It will. It will. So we just waited for it to go damp. And now we're just using water, clean water, to get this speckled effect. The less water you use, the smaller the dots. It's a brilliant way to control a little bit, but not too much. Let's see what else. This is one of my favorite things that watercolor does. I can't ever get enough of it. If I could do a whole piece like this, I would. And I've tried. But that means you have to learn how to control it. And parts of the paper will always dry faster than others. So now, while that dries, let's see what we can do to our cute little face. I think now is time to add some green washes. Let's see. What brush? Got some nice rounds. A large round like this would be good for carrying a lot of pigment through its base and then being able to control that edge. So because I don't know quite what I'm doing with the greens yet, I think I'm going to go with a large round. Load up the brush and just start adding a little bit of a green wash. The nice thing about washes is when they're very slight like this. It's going to sound weird. Let me see if I'm saying it right. It makes the white of the paper appear even brighter because there's a little bit of contrast next to it, but ever so slight. So your brain is actually quite good at picking up those little changes in white and paper. And this is a way to kind of play with the brain. Color theory. It's barely anything, and you can barely even make it out on the screen. And as it dries, it's going to get even lighter, and then you can add another wash and another wash. And while this dries, I'm gonna pull up something. Oh wow. Oh wow, you guys. Wow. Oh my gosh. Lance Burry. It's a very generous donation. Wow. Also, I finally get to formally thank you, Deanne, for your donation. We've got some anonymous ones as well, but wow, thank you so much for donating to FoodShare. And if anybody else would like to donate, even $1 is helpful. $10 will feed 30 families. So those are some nice metrics that they're able to give us, because they are able to order and stock food with all kinds of different providers. So as of right now, Lansbury and their household is probably going to be receiving this amazing painting. Thank you so much for your generosity. If anybody else wants to just add in, support the local families, they would be very grateful. Link is in the description. So I'm just going to keep working on this so that somebody who we know and love will receive this painting in the mail. And actually, Lance and Paris are patrons of mine at my Patreon, so I have your address and I will mail it to you. But again, I'll make the call at 8:25. But I'm pretty sure I know this is going to. Thank you so much. It is a delight to have you guys here and for your support. And again, your eyes on this stream help. Right now, I'm just adding in some more green washes to make your brain see the little shadows. See if we can get some wrinkles happening on this little turtle. And if anybody is working on anything in particular, Paris victory! You are victorious! I forgot what I was going to say. That comment was hilarious. Oh yes, if anybody is working on anything creative right now, Lance, if you've finished your rooster, let us know. I'm just adding a couple more shadows to the face, to that cute little cheek, and starting to really define this little turtle. So these shadows are getting really, really fun. So the neat thing about water, in order to have something feel like it's glowing in the water, especially if there's going to be white sand that we're imagining below this turtle, all that light will be reflecting up to the turtle. And the light from the sun is also coming down. So I'm going to show you how to create a second shadow right now. So we've got our basic shadows, basic shadow work, light coming from one direction. Easy peasy. Oh. So I get the secret drawings that I will look at later. Thank you, Lance. I'm looking forward to seeing that. No drawings for you. Appreciate it. I look forward to seeing it. So first, we'll get this as dry as we can. And then I'll show you the cheat code for the secondary shadow. The one that makes it look like something is glowing from the bottom. Oh, hello, Paul. How long have I been creating art officially, as in people paying me money for it? Actually, I think since I was 10. There was a sweet woman, one of our neighbors, who saw that I was drawing all the time, and she paid me to use puff paints and create illustrations of cats and flowers on her t-shirts over the summer, and she would just wear them out and about on town, and she'd tell people that she had an artist custom create them for her. But my mom used to roll out butcher paper on the kitchen table and just let me draw. It kept me out of trouble, and I love to draw. Oh, I love that story. When Xander was a kid, he wrote in chalk on our sidewalk outside the house, "I love turtles," in big letters. Well, it's because that kiddo has a really, really good heart, because as we discussed at the beginning of this video, everybody loves turtles. And if they don't trust them. Okay, so time for the cheat code for the secondary shadow. So we have the warm brown and then the cool green. And so for this secondary shadow, it's going to be the deepest shadow, the darkest shadow. We're not actually going to go that dark, but we are going to choose a cooler color, which gives your brain the impression of it being dark. Especially since we have all these greens here, which kind of liven up, give the ocean a bit of algae. We're going to go with just this purpley blue. It's a very cool blue. And we're going to water it down. We don't want it too dark. Hey, Betsy, thank you. I'm so glad you're enjoying this. I know I enjoy it very much. Okay, that's about right. Saturation. So because the light is coming from the bottom, we don't touch the bottom, and the light is coming from the top, so we don't touch the top. We have this little area here, the green meeting the white. The space where the green meets the white, that's the spot. And I'll show you what I mean. And to control that edge, I'm going to bring in a little bit of some clean water here to soften that edge. And then there's our secondary shadow. And now it's already giving the impression that there's something bright underneath. I'm imagining a white sand ocean floor. And then I'm going to do that again, where the green and the white meet, that edge. And then I'm going to come in with some clean water and soften it. This part does require a little bit more control, but it's also deeply satisfying. So it's okay to sit down and relax. I have a visitor. Oh, okay. I'm going to get some more wrinkles in here. I'm going to soften that edge so the technique just stays the same. And then the lip of the turtle's fin is going to have that same effect, and it's going to actually, you'll see, it'll bring that edge, it'll give it a little bit of definition here. So I'm not going to do it to the whole fin, just the lip. And then clean water, Start away from the paint and pull it towards it to soften that edge. And then for my own satisfaction, because this fin is in the foreground, I'm going to give it a little bit more detail by putting a little bit of shadow at the bottom of these scales. Not much, just an impression, and it'll lighten as it dries. And so now we're going to do the same to the edge of this shell. So this part's a little different because we have a little shadow here showing that this is the bottom. So in this particular case, I'm going to skip where those two meet and create a brand new edge. And I might follow the texture a little bit of that shell edge and come in and soften that edge. Clean water. And then I'm going to do it again to the other side. Do you see how it's suddenly giving that edge kind of like a light, a rim light? And then I'm not going to do it to the entire shell because I want the eye to start bringing its attention more towards the middle. So I'm going to start working the detail a little bit more here now. I'm going to leave this end a little bit looser. And I'm going to do a little bit more pigment for this divot in the shell. I'm imagining there's a little bit of shadow coming from the head. Soften that edge. Oh, how are we doing on time? 9:20. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. I will be able to finish this in the next 5 minutes. I am confident. Here we go. Where the green and the white meet. Soften the edge. And now for the wrinkles. I love the wrinkles. Soften the edge, clean water. In this case, I'm going to pick up a little bit of that pigment. So let's see here. Under the chin, let me see. I'm trying to picture how the light would bounce around a turtle that I'm imagining in my head. I suppose the cheek. And then there's also the mouth. So what I'm going to do, because I can't decide exactly, we're going to keep it very general. So we're going to do wrinkles, because wrinkles are texture and they're forgiving. And then I'm going to soften the edge. Clean water. Start away from the color, then meet the color. And there happens to be a lot of pigment there, so what we're going to do is help it soften a little. The mouth I'm going to keep pretty simple. Just for my own satisfaction, I'm going to bring in a little bit more into the chest for no reason, just to help soften those colors a little. And I think we've got ourselves a turtle painting. Thank you everyone who came. Lance Burry. It's looking like, unless somebody donates at $8.25, a higher amount than you have, it looks like you're going to be receiving this painting tonight. And thank you for everybody that sat and watched and enjoyed, and I loved your comments. And I really enjoyed this very much. We're going to do, I think, 1 more, 2 more this month. I'll have to check my schedule. It's on Krisztianna.com. And then we'll start it up again in December until mid-December. I really enjoy this time with you guys. And we even started late. So, let me see if there's any other final touches I can do. Oh, I need to sign it. Of course, my goodness. Let's do a 2B. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you, Joel. All right, here we go. Original watercolor painting. I'm looking forward to sending it to you in the mail, Lance. I will just confirm. Refresh. Oh, so someone donated $210 anonymously. Thank you. I am perplexed because you would have gotten this painting, but I have a feeling that you wanted Lance to receive this painting. So I don't know how to find out who you are, because I don't know who does things anonymously. They keep that information from me. But if you go to my Patreon or my website and just send me a message, I will write you a thank you note. I would love to send you something personal in the mail for that. Lance, you're still getting this painting. I know. Paris, I know. I think they wanted you to have the painting because they donated anonymously, but it is very generous, and that's going to feed a lot of families. So I'm very touched. I'm very touched by that gesture. And so yes, just anonymous, please either send me some information on who you are, either to my website or to my Patreon. You can DM me on Instagram so that I can send you a handwritten note. This painting will still be given to Lance Burry, unless in the next few minutes you come forth and reveal yourself. This has been a wonderful experience. Oh, Paris says thank you, anonymous donor. But anonymous donor, please send me something so that I can send you something as a thank you. Wow. I'm delighted for everybody that showed up. I'm delighted for this experience. I loved your guys' comments, and your generosity is going to go a long way, as well as everybody who showed up. Your eyes on this video gets it out to more people, and you are helping. Thank you so much. I'm going to refresh again just in case this individual decided to change their information. But yeah. Lance and Paris, be expecting this in the mail. Anonymous donor, please reveal yourself to me. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And I will see you all again next week. And if you couldn't donate today, and if you can't donate later, I understand. But if you can, share the link. And you can create your own fundraiser if you want as well. Anything to get food share support going out. As I said before, their metrics presently are that $10 can feed 30 families. So that's pretty incredible. And if you have any questions, let me know. What a delightful experience. Thank you, Paris. I guess we'll call it a night. I'm going to sip tea one last time. We can all take a collective breath. We're here for each other. Community is everything. And it's very clear. You're all here, spreading the word, spreading the love. And Ventura County thanks you. See you next week. Thank you. If you have any requests for what you'd like to see, DM me on Instagram, send me an email through my website, or follow me on Patreon and message me there. It's free to follow me on Patreon. I post my art for free there. If you want special perks, downloadable art without a watermark that you can put on your wallpaper, put as a wallpaper in your phone, or I think I might know who the donor is. I will find out more on that later. As I was saying, Patreon free to see art, and perks get you mailers. I send poetry, sketches, thoughts on post-it notes. For one tier, you can also get my sketchbooks of that month, digitally, of course. And I hope to see you next week. And thank you for your time, and thank you for your attention.